Good morning, year one. Welcome to Monday's English. So this morning we're starting a brand new text, and that's why you can't see my screen yet, because I'm going to read you this story. So this one is Tiddler, and it says the storytelling fish. I'm sure you've all heard this one before. We're going to read it together now so that you know exactly what it's about, ready for some activities on it this week, okay? Once there was a fish, and his name was Tiddler. He wasn't much to look at with his plain grey scales, but Tiddler was a fish with a big imagination. He blew small bubbles, but he told tall tales. Sorry I'm late, I was riding on a seahorse. Sorry I'm late, I was flying with a ray. Sorry I'm late, I was diving with a dolphin. Tiddler told a different story every day. At 9 o'clock on Monday, Miss Gate called the register. Little Johnny Dory, yes, Miss Gate. Rabbitfish, yes, miss. Redfin, yes, miss. Tiddler, Tiddler. Tiddler's late. Sorry I'm late. I was swimming round a shipwreck. I swam into a treasure chest and someone closed the lid. I bashed and I thrashed till a mermaid let me out again. Oh, no, she didn't. Oh, yes, she did. It's only a story, said Rabbitfish and Redfin. Just a silly story, said Dragonfish and Dab. I like Tiddler's story, said Little Johnny Dory, and he told it to his granny, who told it to a crab. At 9 o'clock on Tuesday, Miss Gate called the register. Little Johnny Dory, yes, Miss Gate. Spiderfish, yes, miss. Sunfish, yes, miss. Tiddler, Tiddler, Tiddler's late. Sorry I'm late, miss. I set off really early, but on the way to school I was captured by a squid. I wriggled and I struggled till a turtle came and rescued me. Oh, no, he didn't. Oh, yes, he did. It's only a story, said Spiderfish and Sunfish. Just a silly story, said Devilfish and Dace. I love Tiddler's story, said Little Johnny Dory, and he told it to his granny, who told it to a place. Who told it to a starfish, who told it to a seal, who told it to a lobster, who told it to an eel. At 9 o'clock on Wednesday, Tiddler was dawdling, dreaming up a story, his tallest story yet. Lost inside his story, he didn't see the fishing boat. He didn't hear the fisherman, he didn't spot the net. Meanwhile, in the schoolroom, Miss Gate called the register. Little Johnny Dory, yes, Miss Gate. Leopardfish, yes, miss. Leaffish, yes, miss. Tiddler, Tiddler, Tiddler's late. 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, still no Tiddler. 12 o'clock, lunchtime, where could he be? Far away, the fishermen were hauling in their fishing net. This one's just a Tiddler, we'll throw it back to sea. Tiddler was lost in the middle of the ocean where strange lights glimmered and strange fish flew. He swam around in circles, he shivered in the seaweed, but then he heard a story that he knew. Tiddler rode a seahorse, Tiddler met a mermaid, Tiddler met a turtle who saved him from a squid. Tiddler found a shipwreck, Tiddler found a treasure chest. Oh, no, he didn't. Oh, yes, he did. Tiddler peeped out and he saw a shoal of anchovies. Excuse me, can you tell me where you heard that tale, please? We heard it from a shrimp, but we don't know where she heard it. And they took him to the shrimp, who said, I heard it from a whale. I heard it from a herring. I heard it from an eel. I heard it from a lobster. I heard it from a seal. I heard it from a starfish. I heard it from a place. The place of just a minute. Don't I recognise your face? I'm Tiddler, said Tiddler. I'm tracking down my story. The place replied, I heard it from my neighbour, Granny Dory. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, still no Tiddler. Nearly home time, where could he be? Just as the fishes were finishing their lessons, in swam Tiddler at 3:30. Sorry I'm late, but I swam into a fishing net. I managed to escape and I swam away and hid. I was lost, I was scared, but a story led me home again. Oh, no, it didn't. Oh, yes, it did. It's just another story, said Leopardfish and Leaffish. Just a silly story, said Butterfish and Blue. It isn't just a story, said Little Johnny Dory. And he told it to a writer friend who wrote it down for you. Okay, so that's the story of Tiddler. So now I'm going to share my screen with you so you can see what we're going to do today. Okay, so there's the front cover, just like you can see that I've got here. And we're going to write a character description today. That's our LO. So let's look at the next page. It says, Tiddler is always late for school and no one knows where he is. Your job is to create a missing poster to help find him. So can you remember when we did this for the characters in Zog and the Flying Doctor? So we're going to create a poster because he has gone missing. Now, it's just an example of what your poster might look like on the screen, but it can look anything you like it to be, okay? It's up to you. We need to think of some ideas about how to describe Tiddler first of all, so that when we come to write the description, people know what they're looking out for, because if they don't know what Tiddler looks like and what he's like, how on earth will they be able to find him? So can you see how at the top it's got some key information like animal's name, type of animal, last seen, if found please contact. So you could choose to write that on your poem if you like. You could draw a picture of Tiddler so people know what he looks like, and then you need to write a couple of sentences to describe Tiddler, okay? So if you look back in the start of the story, it says, once there was a fish and his name was Tiddler. He wasn't much to look at with his plain grey scales, but Tiddler was a fish with a big imagination. He blew small bubbles, but he told tall tales. So what do you think that means, tall tales? I wonder if you can pause the video and have a chat about what tall tales might be. Well done, year one. So tall tales are stories that are made up. He tells lots of tales, doesn't he, that aren't true. So it says he's got plain grey scales. So that might be a good way to start off my sentence to write about Tiddler. So I'm going to say Tiddler. I'm going to big capital letter because it's his name and it's also the start of my sentence. So Tiddler has plain plain grey scales. Oh, scales is a tricky one. It's got that AE split digraph. Scales. Tiddler has plain grey scales. Okay. What else could we say about him? Is he a big fish or is he a small fish? He's a bit of a small fish, isn't he? So I'm going to, my next sentence, I'm going to write he, which is one of my tricky words. I've got a big capital letter. He is a very small fish. So far, my description, I've got Tiddler has plain grey scales and he is a very small fish. I wonder if there's any other fish that have got plain grey scales and are very small. We want to make it a little bit easier. So it says he blows small bubbles. I might write that to help because somebody might see him blowing the bubbles. I'm going to say Tiddler, I need to go on the next line. Tiddler blows small bubbles. Okay. Tiddler has plain grey scales. He is a very small fish. Tiddler blows small bubbles. Okay. Now, the last thing I want to do is I want to talk about what Tiddler's like, because that could describe quite a lot of fish, couldn't it? So we need some more detail about what Tiddler himself is like. Now, Tiddler likes to tell lots of tales. I'm going to add that in case somebody swimming around the sea heard him tell the tale and think, oh, that's Tiddler because he's telling a tale, okay? So I'm going to write, Tiddler has plain grey scales. He is a very small fish. Tiddler blows small bubbles. So he, I need a finger space and I need a capital letter. He likes to, I'm not going to use the term tall tales because that's what they use in the book. I'm going to do, he likes to make, and that's an AE split diagraph, make up lots of story. I'm going to go on the next line for stories. And to finish off my little description of Tiddler, I'm going to finish with a question. So question word that I'm thinking of starting my question with is can. It's a question word, isn't it? Tiddler has plain grey scales. He's a very small fish. Tiddler blows small bubbles. He likes to make up lots of stories. Can you help? I'm going to write question mark. Okay, so your job today, year one, is to make a poster to describe Tiddler so that somebody will be able to find him. So like I said, you could choose how you would like to lay out your poster. You could do it like this. You could make missing at the top. It's up to you. You might want to do it on a plain piece of paper and stick it in your English book. Or you might like to just write the description on the lines in your English book. It's up to you, okay? But don't forget you need a picture of Tiddler, otherwise they won't be able to find him. Okay, so really look forward to reading your missing posters. I hope you have fun doing it. I will see you tomorrow for another adventure with Tiddler. Bye everyone.